Hi everybody, it's Llewellyn here. This is the dresser we're gonna be doing, and I prepped it. You know, I kind of like did an ugly color that I don't like on it. I started it, but usually I wait to like paint the rest of the piece until I've already painted at least part of the painting, like, and I know what colors I'm gonna do and I know what style it's gonna be. So I was just all kind of confused. It's a hot mess. Like, I started with the blue and I didn't like that, so I tried like dry brushing some stuff on it and I didn't like that, and then I tried painting it this dark and I didn't like that. So we get to like start, let's just pretend there's nothing on it because I'm gonna be changing the whole thing. So I decided to do something kind of similar to this piece that I painted a couple of weeks ago. And this piece was kind of like prep, so I'm just gonna have it sitting off to the side. It kind of helps me, you know, to have something to look at and something to focus on while I'm painting. I'm gonna start with this, like a deep blue. It's Bunker Hill blue in Dixie Belle. And I'm gonna put a little bit on my palette here, and I'm gonna mix some caviar, which is black, in with it. So we're gonna get like this deep navy color. We're gonna go right into our clouds. So I'm gonna kind of make a horizon line. Usually, I think this one will be right around here. So I'll just make a quick line. It's pretty straight, kinda, but it doesn't matter because it's gonna be waves anyway. All right, so I'm gonna get some dark areas in my clouds in here. Okay. I'm gonna get these darks in here. And now my brush is empty, so I gotta make more. And I'm still just mixing like this navy color out of the black and the blue. Here we go. That's thicker. So I have this darker area on this side of it. Okay, so we've got that dark navy part in, and I'm gonna go in with some Savannah Mist. It's a gray. A lot of times when you look at paintings along the horizon line, there will be, it's like lighter right in there just because you're seeing more light coming underneath the clouds. Okay, I'm gonna hop over to this bright blue and we're gonna keep adding that in. And I'm just kind of going back and forth. That looks really bright right now, but it'll tone down. We're just gonna kind of go back and forth between our colors. And I don't want this to be perfect because I want it to be cloudy. This is also, the first coat is not as detailed as the second, so you don't have to worry quite as much. Because we're gonna start lightening it a bit. As we move up, my light source is gonna be from up here. So that's gonna be the lightest area where my clouds are gonna be. So I'm gonna get a tiny bit of cotton, it's just white. This all stays damp for a little while, so I can still work it. So I'm not too worried about it yet. If you feel like your paint is drying too quickly, you can always mist it with some water if you're using like a chalk-based type paint. Okay, so now it's time to start on the ocean. I'm gonna begin on these waves. So there's kind of my horizon line. I am gonna add some waves in there later, so it won't be perfectly smooth or flat. And oh, I'm using Bunker Hill blue, and then I mixed it. It was the color that I used in here that I mixed with a black caviar. And I am gonna kind of make some little peaks. Start to show where my low parts and my higher parts will be. So like my ship's gonna be probably right in here somewhere. And I'm gonna have some wave tops. Let me get, let's see. We're just blocking this one in right now. I'm gonna use similar colors to what I used in the sky. I like my pieces to be, well, sometimes uniform. I mean, I have one right here next to me, which is not uniform at all, but sometimes I feel like they should be uniform. So we're gonna do one big wave across the bottom and some other waves right here. So I'm gonna go in with lighter color So I'm going to do that white and that peacock, which is a bright blue. With maybe a hint of green in it. And I'm going to do the top of my wave. And I'm going to blend it. From the top is going to be the lightest part where the sun is coming through it. I might add some sea glass in here. It's like a light green. Makes this really yummy color right there. Needs to be a bit lighter. Hang on. Get some light. I'll just blend it right in. We're going to blend that all along the top and down into my Bunker Hill blue. Okay, so I'm just blending down into a darker color. So we're just getting darker as we go down because this is going to be darker, it's lower, it's not hit by the light, it doesn't have light shining through it, and that's the shape of our wave. So now I'm going to go up, I'm going to grab that same lighter color, and I have some waves in here. They're going to come up like along the edge of the ship. So I'm going to make those a little bit lighter. The light's going to hit them. They might have a little bit of sun shining through them. They won't have as much, but they can be a little bit lighter. And then over here too. And as you get further, you know, you won't see light coming through the waves, so they'll just have like white caps as you get further away, where the light might hit them or they have foam on them, but you won't be able to see them like this bright, shining right through them. And then the same thing on these waves, I'm going to blend them down into my Bunker Hill blue, which is almost like a navy. It's almost like a mix of a navy blue and cobalt. So I'm going to go in and start over, basically starting over from here, and then we're going to highlight areas along here, and then, you know, go into more grays and stuff. But it's just like a more detailed second coat, basically. And I'm slowly just going to add in all of those other colors. You see how that really brings out kind of like the bottoms of the clouds? So I'm just adding in some gray to that black and blue color. And just kind of wisping it down into the darker areas. And I want them to be soft, so I don't want like a hard line. So that's why I'm doing that. I'm just sort of blending them out gently. Let's keep going up here. I kept it a little more navy colored in here. And this is where all those details start to come into play. Add a bit of green or a bit of gray, and just keep going back and forth with your colors a little bit. And I want my under parts of my clouds to be the darkest. This is my really good blending tool right here. My fingers. It's looking pretty dark over here. I mean, I like it. It gives it drama. So I think I'll keep it for now. So let's go in with a smaller brush. Anywhere that you see a little bit lighter, wispy area, and you just do along the edge of the cloud. At least this is how I do it. I know there's so many ways to do clouds, but. And that's only for, you know, I only do that in some areas. I don't do it all over the place. I don't want super defined clouds all over, but I do want some areas to just be like, hey, that looks like a cloud. This is kind of where I start getting all the details in, is this second coat. And I'm gonna do the top of this wave right here. So I kind of wanted to have it come up this way. down. This one has a couple of peaks. It's gonna look kind of weird until I get the ship in there. That's okay too. And this is a big wave that's like pushing the ship and kind of tipping it. So I want to make it go down right there. So I'm going to put some of that Bunker Hill blue back in. I actually might make that wave a little bit bigger. And my second coat with my waves is where, yeah, I'm not even like all the way getting the details in right now. So it's still just kind of like putting stuff where it belongs. This wave can stay, it's okay. This one needs help. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and just kind of change up. I think I just want to change the shape of those ones. Like I said, they reminded me of fingers, and that wasn't, just not a happy feeling. So it's not something I wanted up in the sky. I know there are clouds like that, I've seen them before, but it was a little overkill. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I just wanted to gray it out a little bit and kind of take away that weird shape that it had going on. There we go. And you guys can do that with your paintings too. If you do decide to try this one, you guys can go ahead and, you know, mess with your sky a little bit. I feel like it always turns out a little better if I just pay a little extra attention to it, you know. And getting some white in there. Yeah, see, I can see some of my brush strokes over here, so it's probably a good thing to make it a little bit, just sort of almost dry brushing that gray over the top. I don't have much at all on my brush. It's hardly any. Okay, so I'm going in, and I can still see the line a little bit. As straight as I can. I'm not even following the water anymore. It left. So there's going to be sails covering most of this. I don't have to be too perfect. It does look a little sideways from your guys' view. I think it looks sideways from mine too. Hang on 2 seconds. I'm gonna fix that because that's gonna bug the crap out of me. Okay, and I'm gonna be kind of in front of it, and I apologize. But good thing the sails cover most of it. What is that? I think it's this top part. That's the part that shows. It is the hardest thing to draw a straight line sometimes. I think I'm straightening it out. It looks better. Sorry guys, I have to look at it straight on for like 2 seconds. So, if you guys are wondering how to draw a straight line, get a ruler or something to go by. Okay, there we go. I moved you guys to the side because I really do need to see this part. So I'm gonna bring my ship up a little bit more. It can be in a similar position, but I'm just gonna make it a little bigger here. It's pretty close. And I'll go back in and touch up everywhere. Yeah, see? I still feel like that's too far forward. Up here. There. That should work. And I'm just using that coffee bean color to get everything placed. So I've got iron and I've got copper. And they both turn, oh, you know what you guys, I didn't do their dry brushing. I'm just gonna do it really quick up here. I think it'll just like bring it right together, you know. And I can go back and touch up these little corners. I still have more on the painting to finish up. I gotta do these sails again. they're not quite where I want them to be, and some of the lines are a little bit off, so we're gonna fix all that later. Let's get this iron on here, and I'm just gonna do one coat for better coverage of it. You can do two. And I did shake it really well while I was bringing it out here. Now, it's this gray color, so you're gonna be putting this gray color on first. So to get some really good coverage, you can do the two coats. I'm just gonna put it on nice and thick, right in here. And then I'm going to also add in some of my copper patina, and I'm just getting a little bit on my brush. And I'm gonna put that up in there too. So you'll kind of have two colors going on. I do like to use both. I've used both before. I'm gonna kind of put them on my painting, just kind of like it's like this rusty, old looking.
Like it's taken over?
Yeah, like this beat up old thing that you found in the ocean or something, you know? And then you just take your patina spray, which also says to shake well, and don't get it in any of the paint. I'm gonna back my paint up here. And back yourself up a little bit. You don't really want to get this on you. So I do have cloths, and I have that rag too, so. And then you just spray it. If it'll come out, I think I have it closed. I've been storing it for a while, that would make sense. I really sprayed that out. There we go. That's okay. That's why I got the rag. It's definitely on there, you guys. Let me see. It smells a little bit vinegary. You can wear gloves using this. I would usually wear gloves, but I'm not getting too into it. I'm just going to use this rag on it. So, and you guys will see that start to change. So I'm going to add a little bit more coming in here and some on the bottom. So we're going to get in that little iron, get that iron on here again, and it's this grayish color. And you can always go back over it and do another coat if you need to. You can use these patina paints like just on their own too, if you just want a coppery look. I like this copper on there. I'll just dab it right in there. I don't mind if some of the copper kind of like stays too. This can take a little while to really show up, especially the rust. And there is a patina guard that you should use over the top of this as well. So you basically buy, if you just want one color like the copper, you just buy 3 things. So you buy the patina guard for the top coat, you buy the spray, and you buy the paint. I really got it on there too. It's a lot. Okay. And I might end up going back and adding some more of this. Just gonna wipe it off my painting here. I might end up going back and doing a second coat. You guys can see it a little bit. It's turning a little bit like gray-green, and that will get really, really bright. So I'm gonna keep going around. This is gonna be a crazy piece. All right, you guys, that is it for me tonight. I wanna say thank you for following along tonight. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys have a great week. Thanks again, bye.